The views expressed in the following program do not necessarily represent the views of this station or its management.
Real People, Real Life is brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Welcome back once again, Real People, Real Life. I have a boo-boo. Sorry, I had a little
America
surgery.
You're not doing that anymore?
in Wichita,
America.
Kansas, So, excuse my Band-Aid, and yes, the knee brace is still here.
She has been beaten up recently.
I know, right?
And she didn't even call us to have her back.
Right.
She did it to herself.
I do this, and it just kind of happens. But there's a lot of things going on, and it's not just going on here in Wichita, Kansas, America. Okay, it's not just going on here; it's going on everywhere. And we have a lot of issues in certain areas of town, and I think one of the areas includes Old Town. Mm-hmm. I think it also includes Delano. It includes downtown on Douglas. It also includes a lot of that downtown, community area. Okay, it seems that certain groups and or certain businesses really aren't too well liked down there. Would you not agree? Oh, and let me introduce you guys. Hello, Ty. I love your friend. We got a lot to talk about. And Deshaun, honey. Tell me what's going on. What's going on in Old Town? Let's start with that as a subject.
I'll say this first.
Okay.
Thank you all for having me on your show, by the way. I'm Deshaun.
Yes, and you're also one of our special co-hosts. So this is your...
I'm a special co-host for Real People, Real Life.
Yes, you are, honey. Yay!
So anyways, me personally, I don't really go into Old Town unless there's an event.
Right.
Okay? Just the prior event that I went to down in Old Town, I was very disappointed in the actions that have taken place.
Was it at the arena? Or are you talking
Pandora,
about?
Night
So you're talking about the clubbing area.
The clubbing setting, I believe, there needs to be more order. There needs to be more structured in there. And by law enforcement coming out, it doesn't do anything but wind us up some more.
So when you say structure and order, what do you think this should come from?
By order and structured, I think it needs to be more stability in the mindset.
Okay.
We need to be able to go out like we are adults.
Correct.
There needs to be a maturity in our mindsets.
There needs to be accountability.
There needs to be accountability.
Individual accountability.
And
I agree.
Let's put it like this: if you have some people in the club and they got drunk and messed up your club on Saturday night, please do not let them back in next Friday.
Thank you. How hard is that?
Self-control.
Yeah.
Self-control.
It'll be the same circles of people.
Sometimes it's that same little troublemaking group that's what they like to do.
Stop them from coming.
They don't need to come back in.
Okay,
What's your name?
can I give you some insight into that? I worked in Old Town, in the club setting, in the exact environment that you're speaking of, and I'm going to tell you right now, the individuals themselves are somewhat protected by their rights. I mean, you can refuse service to anyone.
Most definitely.
But on that same note, let's say that circle, nobody identified one individual. Maybe there was one person. That person isn't allowed back once that there's a fight. But the beef is still there because everybody that was in that circle has beef with whoever was in the other circle, and so we see that a lot. Okay, but the persons that are responsible for actually taking improper action, like starting a fight or messing up they are not allowed back.
Most definitely. Now, don't get me wrong. When I was at Pandora, I had a blast. I enjoyed myself to the
I have
fullest.
seen some awesome
To the
pictures,
fullest.
man.
And shout out to Kwame and the films, Devin Films, for putting on this event.
Right.
I just believe that certain events shouldn't be held at a nighttime club hour.
Like what?
Right.
Like for talent shows or for...
depending upon what if
for
it's an
instance,
adult
this event that
talent
just went down. Just for instance, the best of the best talent show. I don't think it should have been a nighttime club setting. It should have been more of a daytime, an event actually. You would have got more families out because it was talent. And there's a lot of youth out here that has talent that needed to expose their talent at that event.
But in fairness, their market is people that go out the younger crowd.
And that's our problem
so,
right there.
well, and maybe our community needs to reach out with a talent kind of event, outside of the entertainment industry, like club settings. You know what I'm saying? Because basically what it is it's for the adults, but it's at night because it is for the adults. You see all these talent-based events during the day through like the Y or through, different rec centers or schools, but these are for adults. And so
Who's targeting our youth, though?
Well,
that's an entire different question and problem.
This is something that we did have. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, sweetheart. There was something that we did have years back that I'm not aware of that we have now, and that was different teen group areas. Okay, where it was kind of cool. I mean, you couldn't wait to turn 15 because
there was
once you
teen
turn
nightclubs.
15,
Yes.
right, once you-
And
Club
that's what I was about to
access.
get at. Because when you speak of, you say an adult, and we think 18, 21. Okay, well, psychology, 18 and 21 is still developing
Correct.
under their mindset. And so you take these drunk 18, 21-year-olds.
which are
Well,
supposed to be drinking.
bunch of
that's
drunk
just
18
it.
and
If you've got an
21-year-olds.
X on your hand, you're not served for certain, but that doesn't mean you didn't get somebody to buy you liquor and you get drunk without.
But see, think about it like this is, okay, first of all, let's just clarify this up. I really don't mess with Old Town a lot. Just more like the police down there,
I
y'all
know,
might
right?
have a bad day and beat the hell out of me, so, we're just gonna stay away from there. But, honest to God truth, if you think about it, if you look at clubs that are like 30 and up, 40s plus left.
Well, if you do the 25 and up clubs, you don't see near
you
this
don't see
action
near
at
this
all.
much action.
West Lounge is
But
not
on the
40
same
age and
note-
up. It's
No,
40 years.
But on that same note, in a marketing aspect, we have found that when you limit it to those ages, you don't get the people that are actually out in the environment spending the money. So you don't get the money that establishment needs to be productive and successful. Okay, and so that's what we found.
Well, and here's the reason why. And I understand what she's talking about. So
Most
I'll kind of
definitely.
break this down. When you have a huge facility,
Yes.
okay, and we know that Pandora, for example, is a huge facility.
And very popular
okay,
right now.
It is,
Yes.
and when you have that huge of a facility, you need a lot of staff. Okay, but not only do you need a lot of staff, you need a lot of human beings paying a cover charge to come in that door,
Absolutely. Yes,
or you
ma'am.
can't pay the bills. Okay, so when that facility first opened as a nightclub, the original club was called Club Escape, and I worked with them, and they were a client. And I'm not going, to go very far here, but I do remember, being a club owner myself, certain size clubs, the minimum it takes to run that club for 1 week that's only going to let's say that it's open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You, by God, better bring in anywhere from $25,000 to $30,000.
I was going to say 40,000.
that
It's
week.
40,000 that
It
it
used
takes
to be 25 to 30.
It's about 40,000 a week. Okay, so when you start limiting yourself to age groups being the older, you don't get the ones that go out during the week because we're responsible. We stay home.
That's 40.
You know,
That's
you don't
50
get the
plus.
ones-
Don't even go out.
you
Oh,
don't get
man.
24-year-olds don't go out
Listen,
either.
you
I
don't
was
get
gonna
the
say, I'm
ones
in
that
bed asleep.
live in their
Yeah.
mama's basements that don't have bills. They get to blow their whole paycheck at the clubs.
And unfortunately, that's a lot of that is
and
true.
so that it really does put a lot of tension on the ability to pay the bills.
I remember.
But I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. I
You
do.
know?
Yeah. But when you have that like 35 plus or 40 plus, I can promise you that I think any smart business owner that went into that, as that's their audience, that's where they want to go, they're not going to have a
the
club
issues.
the size of
And
Pandora.
that's
for
why
one.
I
no,
feel
yeah, it would be a big
that
club.
If they want to limit the
They-
violence that's happening
Yeah.
in Old Town,
Yeah.
I mean,
Work with
let's
me.
be honest, you're going to have to probably limit some of the people or some of the clubs that are in that vicinity.
Right.
But how would you go about that without discriminating? And that's where all the
Well, you
loopholes.
can't.
Exactly.
I was going to say they could. I don't say they should.
You know what? I'll
I know,
say
right?
this as well. I'll say this. Yes, some of the problems occur inside the clubs, but most of the problems are outside.
Can I tell you, every single
And-
time that it was news reported, something took
It was
place
outside
in
of the
Old Town, it was
club.
always outside, but
Yes.
for some reason we always got blamed because that's where the larger crowds came from. And they just assumed.
The law states currently, and this was a law that has recently been put on the Wichita law books, okay, pertaining to Old Town. All right, and this is where a lot of problems get caused. The way it's set up is, let's say that you have this club here, and this is your parking. The club next door, that's the club next door, that's their parking. If anything happens in their parking,
They're held responsible for that.
you both are held responsible.
Yeah, but even if it happens in the street out in front of your club, you're held responsible.
held
Like at the
responsible.
caboose, when that shooting took place in the street, they didn't know if it came from Caesars or the caboose, but guess what? Guess who got blamed? Because why? Because of our crowd. And and that's not downtown. That's anywhere.
This is my main thing. If the clubs are checking everybody as they come in for a firearm, how in the world are they getting right outside the club and pulling guns out and shooting?
What do you
right
mean
then
if
and there?
they're checking everyone? You don't get pat down. You
So,
don't walk
hey,
through
They're
hey,
not
hey.
inside the clubs
You know
because
what?
these
No,
there
I
is
had
no
a
one.
wand.
It's still unsafe.
No, I
I
unsafe.
promise you there's guns inside the club.
I always had a wand. I did. I had a metal detecting wand. Okay?
Some of them do.
Some of the bars that I used to own had everything to do. One of them was Harley's. You know, I had a really tough motorcycle crowd. Okay. Another one was a live rock and roll venue. Yeah, it got to the point where I was using a metal detector. Okay, I was getting really
That's
tired.
good.
Okay, and I'm running around with a tire iron, in my boot. Okay. I'm sick of it, okay? I'm not going to break your hand with my tire iron to get that
I
knife
go
or that
grab
gun out
the
of your
dirty
hand.
toilet bowl brush and I'm like, you better stop fighting. I'm going to touch you with it.
That works.
You know what I do? I'll just like I did at
think
the
I'm kidding?
get the microphone and say, somebody say order.
Right?
Say order. There needs to be order. You are grown.
Thank you.
Act your age and not your shoe size.
Yeah, I love that.
I do
But don't
know.
you think, though, but don't
I
you
do
think?
know
Yeah.
that depending on the type of the club, depending on who the security is, they will actually let certain people through knowing that they have to have a license because
somebody
this
say
is your
order.
friend or this is your brother's
Anywhere and
cousin
everywhere.
or
Anywhere and everywhere.
That's true.
That's why I said
We
if you
have
don't
got-
think there's guns in those clubs, you're crazy. because-
We got a lot to get to. The title of the show was Unity in the Community, and I want to thank you guys, and we have another guest that just walked in. So I'm really super excited. We'll be right back with more Real People, Real Life.
Real People, Real Life is brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Albero Cafe, like a vacation to Italy, with Wichita's best Italian dining. Open Monday to Saturday. Happy hour Monday to Thursday, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Enjoy our featured cocktails, lovely wines, and famous martinis. Albero Cafe.
Easy Pay Auto Sales, 2305 South Broadway. Our goal is to make your next auto buying experience nice and easy. We specialize in getting you the best prices with the most reasonable down payments. Bad credit, no worries. We keep it hassle-free and no crazy gimmicks. You can even call and make your payments over the phone with your credit or debit cards. Keeping it nice and easy for you at Easy Pay Auto Sales, 2305 South Broadway. Find us on Facebook.
Tune in every Monday at 7:30 a.m. for Real People, Real Life as we cover current events and local happenings. Real life issues with special guests and spotlight local business and politics. If it's in Kansas, we cover it. Real People, Real Life, Monday at 7:30 a.m. on MyTV Wichita.
When you look good, you feel amazing. Let 2NVMe help you. Straight, wavy curls, volume, our 100% virgin hair is the best in the world. The perfect professional business look, the perfect fun lady social look, the perfect beautiful night on the town. You can be all of those and more with real hair extensions from 2NVMe. 6160 East 21st Street North, Suite 220. Buy online with free shipping at 2NVMe.com. You deserve to feel fantastic.
Kiter Nursery Landscape Outlet, located at 6441 South Broadway, is your year-round growing headquarters. Every spring and fall, our greenhouses are full of the most beautiful flowers, trees, hanging baskets, and more, sure to add beauty for years to come. We are also a gardener's dream come true. From veggies to herbs, we have the best. Decorative planting pots and yard art, the most in one place. Smoking barbecue wood to wood for your indoor and outdoor fireplaces. Kiter Nursery Landscape Outlet, come grow with us. Find us on Facebook, open 7 days a week.
Roll camera and sound.
Speed!
Speeding! Action!
Hammond Liquor, home of the coldest beer in town and the lowest prices store-wide. For all your special events, your friends at Hammond Liquor have what you need, from beer, wines, spirits, champagne, and more. Open until 8 p.m. every Sunday. Hammond Liquor, West Kellogg and Tyler Road.
Hi, I'm Colton with the King's Kids at Credit King. We're celebrating the 11th year here with my dad and me and all these fine people. Wow, I wasn't even born yet.
I think it's really cool Credit King gives second and even third chances. Like Dad says, sometimes bad things happen to good people. He gets people with bad credit and super nice cars and trucks. Wow, I wish I could get a second chance on that math test.
That's a great job today, son, and that's a no-go on that test.
Welcome back once again, Real People, Real Life, Wichita, Kansas. Okay, we got it that time. All right. And of course, our special co-host today, I adore you. You know that. Okay, Deshaun. Okay, and I kind of hit you up and another friend of mine last week, and I'm like, we got to do this. There's just a lot of craziness going on. So, Ty, thank you for staying with us again. Now, DeJuan, you're with
Sunflower Community Action.
Right. Okay. Yeah. What are some of the things? I mean, the gist of this show, okay, to me was how can we get a lot of this information out here and somehow have some unity in the community, because I'm not feeling it. And talk to me.
Well, you know, first off, we've been working extensively with the Wichita Police Department on a number of different issues, officer-involved shootings, community relations, different things around that have been occurring in Wichita, because there's a real disconnect between the community and the police, and in regard to how they are policed and in regard to how they interact with the community. You know, there isn't a whole lot of community policing that's currently going on. You know, the police are not getting to know the people that are on their beat, you know, and so we've had some extensive conversations with the department as well as with the new chief of police, who I think is really
I think he's trying really hard.
Yeah,
I think.
And I really think that one of the solutions are maybe some of these community members should become police officers, because there is a huge opening. I mean, there's tons of openings.
I'm pessimistic about both of them, y'all. I don't know if he's a good police chief yet, and I do not believe in his abilities until I see some real changes. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I like that. What do you see?
I'm just be honest. I'm gonna put it out there.
Like we, you know, we obviously don't want to be naive. You know, he hasn't really been tested.
True.
That's what I was going to say.
You know,
Let's wait for the test.
In regard to, I mean, however, there has been a situation that happened over the weekend. You know, there was a hate crime that was committed on my friend Conacher from WSU by a Trump supporter. You know, the guy beat him up. You know, and was of course yelling Trump, and we're gonna win, and we're gonna throw you over the wall, as he's beating a Muslim and a Latino at Quick Shop on 21st.
Question. This is my main thing. When it comes to stuff like that, why do we look at color? Why do we look at race?
Why not just the action?
We have one soul, one spirit, and one body. We are unity in our community.
Right.
So what? This is not color here.
No.
You know, this is soul, spirits, bodies. So when it comes to stuff like that, when it comes to stuff like that, that's zero tolerance for that. It's nonsense. You know, we need to sacrifice for each other.
We should have zero tolerance on that. But the reality of the situation is that when you say that the color doesn't exist, it's an erasure of the circumstances that people of color are actually going through. Because
the difference
you may
is
feel like people don't see color, the reality of the situation is that systemic racism, you know, these systems do see color.
Right.
You know, these systems do affect people.
You know,
that's how my life is so peaceful, because I don't see it.
It always cracks me up. And I'm going to just get very technical here when I hear stuff like that be said. Okay, y'all, honestly, we live in America. Right. America was founded off of racism and hate.
Right.
And for anybody who did not come as an original colony settlers, if you were an Indian, if you were Native American, if you were with the Spanish, if you were African American, you know what? Americans settled on hate. Okay, British have been in 90% wars with the whole world. You are the only people, honestly, seriously, besides the now formed of America, who has been in more wars than any other sovereign state.
I'm in my
207 of them?
I know. I'm in my mid-50s, right? From the day I could pay attention to what was going on. What I saw on TV was Vietnam War. And so my entire life, from the day I can remember, we have been in some form of war. Whether it's war, whether it's war against our own
America was
citizens.
settled off of a war. I mean,
with that being said, but that may be
Can I ask
true.
you one question? I'm sorry, one question. Has our new chief of police recognized the fact that, because it is a fact and it has been proven, has he recognized the fact that in certain areas of this town we do have racial profiling?
Oh, absolutely.
Has he admitted to that?
Gordon has said on record that,
Okay.
that Black Lives Matter. He said on record that, historically in this country that all times Black lives haven't mattered. So he's a very progressive police chief. I've spoken with people in Duluth that were set on his community advisory board. I've also spoken with other individuals because we're part of a national affiliate organization, National People's Action. So we've spoken with our affiliate there in Duluth, who also confirmed, that Gordon has recognized that there are a lot of problems that exist within communities of color, particularly Black and Latino communities. When you have a certain thing, we have somebody whose husband had gotten deported, and these things are happening by the state. The state is breaking up families, and these are people that they're not coming over here to commit crimes. People are coming over here because of the lack of opportunity that exists in their country based on these trade deals that we've put together that have decimated the economies of countries in Central America. So when you talk about the children and different things that were coming from Guatemala, Honduras, Ecuador, Nicaragua, when you talk about those countries that and those children that are migrating to America, they're doing it because of things like the National American Free Trade Agreement or the Central American Free Trade Agreement.
Correct.
Because these trade agreements have allowed American companies to go over to these Central American countries, set up shop there, pay these people slave wages,
Two big companies that just opened for business in Mexico. Nestle and Ford. They've fired these folks here in the United States and opened up their manufacturing plants there.
In both instances, I would believe they're probably good union jobs here in America.
Yeah.
And they took them so it could be a non-union environment.
Of course they do. And this is a global thing that they're doing. So anyway, getting back to what to Chief Ramsey, yes, he has recognized that there are problems that exist within the African American community, particularly when it comes around policing. The other thing that people have to recognize is that this is a historic problem. This is not something that just started.
It's not, and please, thank you for saying that.
Talks about the good old days. What he's talking about is the civil rights movement that happened in the 1950s through the 1960s. The good old days that he's referring to in terms of when we used to treat protesters more aggressively, like he's calling for, was a time when the police were sticking dogs on black people.
Are you speaking about Trump?
Yes.
He's an idiot.
Water hoses that were put on black people.
That's right.
Long-term issue.
This is true, and this is what bugs me sometimes with, and no offense, sweetheart, because I love you to death, but some of the younger folks, I'm like, get a history book, okay? I'm sorry, get a history book. Because in addition to...
I'm in love with history.
I love history, but in addition to me seeing all this war with Vietnam, right? The other thing I saw was the same racial battles that we see on our TVs now.
What are we going to fight about racially to completely breed out every different race? Because, we've mixed races so much, and it continuously goes on. I'm so many different nationalities, you can't really call me one thing.
Right.
Okay? And so once that's gone, what are we going to fight about? We're going to let go of that at that point? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It's about moving forward, right? And we have we are so many different races. And pretty soon, in 500 more years, I'm not even in 500 more years, no one's going to be a single race.
But how can you move forward when there is never any admission to what is actually happening to people of color? When you say, I don't see color, when you say, that we're all one human race and all of this.
Do you believe that no one should see color?
Well, I'll agree that it's a social construct in terms of how race is set up, in terms of how not nationality, but just how race and ethnicity is set up. That it's a social construct, so it is meant to put people into.
Do you think people should see color?
people do see color.
Do you think they should?
They shouldn't, but they do.
They should not. So when you see the youth saying, I don't see color, but you're saying, no, you should see color, you're undoing what you very thing that you want done.
No, one thing I don't want, what I don't want to have happen is I don't want an erasure.
I didn't say forget. I mean, I'm Native American. I'm many different things, but also Native American.
I'm
We got
Hispanic and I'm
robbed.
African American.
You're standing on stolen land. I can stand here and say that.
Let me say
I'm
something
going to let you
real
all talk.
quick.
Please.
My kids, I have the opinion, honestly, that it doesn't matter what color you are, we are all the same, we were all created the same, we all came from dust, God all took the time to create us all, regardless of the color.
We're leaving here with the same thing.
Now, with that being said, in the same breath, I can firmly stand here and say, yes, racism does exist in America, and not blink a word when I say that, and let me tell why. When DeJuan was speaking earlier, like I said, Mr. Gordon, I haven't had the chance personally to get to meet him. That might be a good thing by now. And yes, I do feel that it's a good thing that you acknowledge that, yes, there is some racial discrepancies going on. As I mentioned earlier, like the incidents with body cameras. Do I feel officers should wear body cameras?
Yes.
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 Do I feel we should have to pay for them?
No.
No.
Right.
Because let me tell you something. You don't go to the doctor with, let's just say, a broken leg and pay the doctor to look at your leg and then repay the doctor again to put you in a splint. No, you pay that doctor for that one fee because you're a doctor and it's your job to fix my leg.
You don't pay the cops to come out and take care of an
No,
incident.
you don't. And so now let me tell you what's
Your tax
happening. Let me tell you
dollars
what
have to pay
happened.
it at some point.
We now got to the point that, yes, they will admit that there is some racial disparity. So, yeah, let's go ahead and record them. Here goes the rub of that. We've been recording them before body cameras for years.
I know, right?
If you don't bbelieve that, look at the LA riots.
And I flew into LA
I
during
think that is one of the
that.
things that promote
We
it
can
and
recorded them, like I said, in the Ferguson meetings. You can record all you want to, but if there's no accountability, what are we recording for? I could sit here and record an officer beat the crap out of somebody, but if it only takes one person to say he did not put him in a chokehold, when 7 billion people saw you put him in a chokehold,
that doesn't happen
anymore.
But you know, I want to add something really quick.
That does not.
It just happened last year.
Okay, hey,
and it took one person.
We got to take a really quick break, but how can we get a hold of your community and your group? Because I know for a fact that you do a lot of good for a lot of people in this town. Can you please give everybody your name, the group, and how they can get a hold of you?
Sure. Well, the first thing is Sunflower Community Action. Our phone number is 316-264-9972. Our web address is sunfloweract.org. And, of course, you can find us on Facebook also.
Sweet, right on. We'll be right back. More Real People, Real Life.
Real People, Real Life is brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Albero Cafe, like a vacation to Italy, with Wichita's best Italian dining. Open Monday to Saturday. Happy hour Monday to Thursday, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Enjoy our featured cocktails, lovely wines, and famous martinis. Albero Cafe.
Easy Pay Auto Sales, 2305 South Broadway. Our goal is to make your next auto buying experience nice and easy. We specialize in getting you the best prices with the most reasonable down payments. Bad credit, no worries. We keep it hassle-free and no crazy gimmicks. You can even call and make your payments over the phone with your credit or debit cards. Keeping it nice and easy for you at Easy Pay Auto Sales, 2305 South Broadway. Find us on Facebook.
Tune in every Monday at 7:30 a.m. for Real People, Real Life as we cover current events and local happenings. Real life issues with special guests and spotlight local business and politics. If it's in Kansas, we cover it. Real People, Real Life, Monday at 7:30 a.m. on MyTV Wichita.
When you look good, you feel amazing. Let 2NVMe help you. Straight, wavy curls, volume, our 100% virgin hair is the best in the world. The perfect professional business look, the perfect fun lady social look, the perfect beautiful night on the town. You can be all of those and more with real hair extensions from 2NVMe. 6160 East 21st Street North, Suite 220. Buy online with free shipping at 2NVMe.com. You deserve to feel fantastic.
Kiter Nursery Landscape Outlet, located at 6441 South Broadway, is your year-round growing headquarters. Every spring and fall, our greenhouses are full of the most beautiful flowers, trees, hanging baskets, and more, sure to add beauty for years to come. We are also a gardener's dream come true. From veggies to herbs, we have the best. Decorative planting pots and yard art, the most in one place. Smoking barbecue wood to wood for your indoor and outdoor fireplaces. Kiter Nursery Landscape Outlet, come grow with us. Find us on Facebook, open 7 days a week.
Roll camera and sound.
Speed!
Speeding! Action!
Hammond Liquor, home of the coldest beer in town and the lowest prices store-wide. For all your special events, your friends at Hammond Liquor have what you need, from beer, wines, spirits, champagne, and more. Open till 8 p.m. every Sunday. Hammond Liquor, West Kellogg and Tyler Road.
Credit King Auto Sales, Kansas' largest buy here, pay here auto dealer, is celebrating 11 years in Wichita. We're known for our super nice and largest inventory of cars, trucks, and SUVs to choose from. Did you know our service department is open to the public? Our trained staff can do it all when it comes to auto repairs. Since we're celebrating our 11-year anniversary, how about an $11 oil change super service deal for you? What are you waiting for? $11 oil changes going on now at Credit King at the Kings Corner, 31st Street South and Broadway. Go creditking.com. See us on Facebook or call 524-KING. Filter and oil not included.
Welcome back once again, Real People, Real Life, Wichita, Kansas, America! And we finally get Rhodey in. Rhodey.
Welcome loose over here.
You know, I think that we've covered some pretty good topics so far.
Yes.
And the last one that we're going to cover has to do with Juneteenth.
Juneteenth.
Okay.
What is that? I gotta know.
Not yet. But right now, this is my girlfriend over here. Ty, this is your turn. I want to hear about real unemployment, and I want to hear your situation.
Okay, where do you want to start? It basically goes like everybody else. You get laid off during the recession. You figure, hey, you already laid off. You know, I'm getting unemployment. Let's go back to school. Let's get educated. Let's first off say that the American dream they sell you people is just that, a dream. You do have to away from that dream sooner or later. And then school debts will still be there, okay? But back to, no, I'm honest, you know, they tell you, go to school, go to college, raise a little bit of debt, but by the time you get out, you got a job good enough to pay off that debt, and you really don't care about
We don't see that.
No, we do not see that at all. I went back to school after I got laid off. I was getting unemployment at the time, so it was no problem to go back to school. Within 4 years, I did an associate's, a bachelor's, and a master's. Get out of school. And now I can't find a job. And so
now she's completely overqualified for everything out there.
Overqualified for 95% of it.
What's your master's in?
This one, the one I have now is in criminal justice. But I'm doing one also under counseling because I want to do a PhD in psychology.
Sweet.
But that's all going to be held up if I can't find no job to pay for the school funds that you didn't already accumulated. Because let's be honest, it's not fun having $100,000 worth of debt and you don't even have a $10 hour job. That's not fun in no circumstance. And here goes the really rub about that is when you look at it, first of all, only 80% of our kids, 80% of them will graduate from high school. 60% of them will get a bachelor's. 40% of them will go on past the bachelor's, okay? So basically, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, every other person gets a high school diploma, every third person gets an associate's, and I'm gonna just put a me and him because
right.
Only one of us get the master's degree, okay?
But we all get the debt.
But we all
which is funny because we both are college people.
And so now when you add this up, I mean honestly, now you got those figures right there, but then when you compare them to the African American figures, okay? This goes beyond stagnant on these figures because honestly, guess what? Only 30% of African Americans' kids are going to make it to that bachelor's degree. So if only what I say, 1 out of 3 of us, well, guess what, Deshaun, me or you both ain't going boo-boo, because we need another African American person over there for at least one of us to go. So when you add that up right there, I mean, what are the chances, honestly, for a black person, like I told you earlier, even black men with degrees are now being treated the equivalent of a white person, a white male fresh out of prison. For those who don't believe me, look up Harvard. They just did a study over this. So now you got the question, okay, I could rather work my whole life to stay at McDonald's, make $8 an hour, maybe, so I need, at least for me, with my family size, if I did an $8 hour job, I will need, if I got paid every single week, at least 3 of 4 paychecks to cover 1 month's rent.
Right. See, that's what I was saying earlier. You know, if you are, let's say, even a single person right now claiming is either married with 0 dependents or single with 0 dependents, okay? And let's say, because the unemployment numbers are a joke. I'm not buying half of that crap, just so you know. The national unemployment numbers and the numbers of unemployment in the state of Kansas, I ain't buying it.
It is.
Well, no,
I'm
the
not buying
numbers
it,
are
but-
correct, but it's because people can't find a job and they've been without jobs for so long that they've went through their unemployment. So people have been booted off because they've reached their limits and they don't get any services anymore. So what happened to the numbers of people on unemployment? They went down. So those numbers are right that they're giving you, but that's not correct.
Unemployment? Why is the number so big?
Jobs.
Well, not even there's no jobs. There are jobs out there. It's that we don't want to get up off the couch and go look for a job, because there are jobs everywhere I look. There are jobs hiring. Hiring. We want to be so lazy and so simple-minded and carnal-minded that we don't even get up and look for a job.
I love you.
I debate that 110% with you, because for a person like me, I went to apply at a call center, and the girl looked at my resume and straight out of her mouth said, "What are you even doing here?" So if a person can get booted out for a job that a monkey could do probably while the monkey is asleep, okay, then I mean, I'm so frustrated with the job market right now that I don't want to hear there's jobs anywhere, because for a job anywhere, I would never went to school to get qualified to get a better job than working at McDonald's or working at Quick Trip or.
I have a question. No, I have a question.
But you get certified under.
I think you're looking in the wrong place for a job, because you have a master's degree in criminal justice.
Yes.
Then why are you not teaching in the school system?
Guess what? Did you just
because you have a master's degree.
Did you hear? I did hear this. Okay, check this out.
Because you automatically qualify now in Kansas State Beach in the school
Did
system.
you just hear what this man just said?
Yes,
you
ma'am.
want to know the rub for this?
Bring it
And I sure do wish I could pull up my internet for you. So you could go and go check my email, and you will see I have a pod for USD 259, Central County, City of Wichita. Okay, guess what? I even tried to get hired in as a cook for the jail.
Do they have openings?
Yes, they got openings.
Yeah.
I'm on the page.
Have you followed up with
I got
them?
a resume on the
That's what I'm
page
saying. That's
with a
what I'm
job
saying.
profile.
Because now you don't have to have a teaching certificate.
Oh,
in
guess what?
Kansas.
I don't even get a chance to follow up on the resume,
Miss
because
Hyde,
now they got
I'll
the
say this.
automated system
It
that
goes
says
deeper.
somebody
I
else
think
been
it
shooting.
goes deeper in this. And forgive me for going a little bit spiritual with you all, but maybe the reason why you're not qualified for this stuff, because you have to know the difference between a teacher and a student. You know, maybe God doesn't want you to sit up under somebody because you are the boss. So if I were you, I would get out there and go and establish your own business, establish your own organization,
And
so
that's
you can
what we're
teach everybody else.
currently working
So
on.
then you can get a 501c3, or you can get
That
a
is
tax
exactly-
EIN number, so you can have your own
That is
business.
exactly what I'm working on right now. Right now, I'm the executive director of Woman to Woman Ministries.
Right.
And from there, I'm about to start my own 501c3. And
Let's
I
get
also
it.
work with Dewan over at Sunflower Communications.
Right.
So I do Sunflower, whatever.
Yeah.
And so I'm talking so fast.
I do that
So
too.
I do
Sunflower
have
community.
a lot of self-generated. You know, this year we just did the I Am Champion. Yeah, last year was the Million Man March I did. And then this year we got the Juneteenth coming out. I mean, I'm always doing something in the community.
Right.
That is, and we will get to Juneteenth for you, sweetie. But, you know, so I'm always, trust me, I'm always on somebody's corner and somebody's newspaper, on somebody's
you
TV or doing something. But, even though that makes you feel good, when you go home at the end of the night and you open up that gas bill or that rent bill is due or your kids is hungry, then trust me, all that you just did will actually make you feel just like crap because you can't even help your own family, honey. And when you feel like that, then yeah, it gets you down, okay? So I will come back to it again. I do not think that because you qualify yourself does not necessarily mean, you know what I'm saying, that you are just going to end up out of school and get that dream job that you think that you're going to have, because trust me, Deshaun, it does not, honey, it does not work. And I know all the odds. I'm a female. I got a loud voice I carry. I'm African American. I'm a mother. I got kids. I got all types of odds stacked up against me. But when I'm willing to acknowledge, yes, I got the odds, but I'm going to still do what I got to do to get over the mountains and better yourself, only for you to get over that mountain, and it's a dark pit at the end that you got to go through.
I just want to say this before you go. The enemy does not mess with who's not a threat to him. So being that you are a threat to the enemy, you have to push. You have to stand tall, stand strong. I am somebody. There is a change. You're the one to deliver someone else, but because you want to hold your what is it that I can say? Because you want to hold yourself in bondage, you're causing everyone else to hold themselves in bondage. You have to let it go. Push. I don't care if you're on the middle of 13th and Oliver. Teach the class there on the corner, because you are a teacher and you are a leader. And stop throwing yourself a pity party and feeling sorry for yourself. You have to keep pushing. My mother tell me that all the time. Man up. We can't be so weak if we sit there and we allow ourselves to cry and mope because we opened up a bill and this has happened. There's help everywhere. And I promise you, even being without a job, there's finances that will run into your hands and you'll never know where it came from. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I wanted to follow up with what you said before.
And that's what you said, by the grace of God.
By the grace of God. I told you.
You already said
how do you make it? By the grace of God. You know what? I could cry a river if I wanted to. And it's not tears of pity. I don't pity myself. In fact, I don't pity nobody. Right. I feel that everybody was blessed. That God woke you up this morning. What are we pitying for? Exactly. What you're feeling from me, honey, is frustration.
Right.
That's what you feel. Because like I said, even without the job, I still pushing on. That's how me and you met. We're still going to get up. We're still going to do our best. We're still going to get them kids fed. But that does not mean out of everything you go through, you do not vent. You do not get frustrated. What you don't do is despair.
Right.
Because when you despair, you lose faith in God, and that's what I mean by the grace of God.
I'm with you.
Okay, I was just going to echo what you were saying before about starting your own business and being an entrepreneur. This country, whether you like it or not, was not founded on so you can go out and get a good job. And that does not exist, so don't be fooled. You're right. Don't be fooled about it. But you can go out and start your own business. Who's sitting around this right now owns a business? Half of them. And this is why Don's retired and Fawcett's figured out a way to make money in other ways.
Me and you are going to talk.
That's the reason why we're sitting here on this show right now, is because we're entrepreneurs, and that's what we do. So,
and it's crazy.
This economy is not set up for you to go graduate and get a good job. It's not.
Remember, I told you a while ago, I did an interview on the news about this.
Yes, I want one quick. Okay, we're going to come back then. If I need to wrap, we're going to wrap. But I want to come back, and I want you to tell me and tell everybody that story. Okay, when we come back. Okay? All right, we'll be right back. Real People, Real Life.
Thank you.
Real People, Real Life is brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Albero Cafe, like a vacation to Italy, with Wichita's best Italian dining. Open Monday to Saturday. Happy hour Monday to Thursday, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Enjoy our featured cocktails, lovely wines, and famous martinis. Albero Cafe.
Easy Pay Auto Sales, 2305 South Broadway. Our goal is to make your next auto buying experience nice and easy. We specialize in getting you the best prices with the most reasonable down payments. Bad credit, no worries. We keep it hassle-free and no crazy gimmicks. You can even call and make your payments over the phone with your credit or debit cards. Keeping it nice and easy for you at Easy Pay Auto Sales, 2305 South Broadway. Find us on Facebook.
Tune in every Monday at 7:30 a.m. for Real People, Real Life as we cover current events and local happenings. Real life issues with special guests and spotlight local business and politics. If it's in Kansas, we cover it. Real people, real life, Monday at 7:30 a.m. on My TV Wichita.
When you look good, you feel amazing. Let 2NVMe help you. Straight, wavy curls, volume, our 100% virgin hair is the best in the world. The perfect professional business look, the perfect fun lady social look, the perfect beautiful night on the town. You can be all of those and more with real hair extensions from 2NVMe. 6160 East 21st Street North, Suite 220. Buy online with free shipping at 2NVMe.com. You deserve to feel fantastic.
Kiter Nursery Landscape Outlet, located at 6441 South Broadway, is your year-round growing headquarters. Every spring and fall, our greenhouses are full of the most beautiful flowers, trees, hanging baskets, and more, sure to add beauty for years to come. We are also a gardener's dream come true. From veggies to herbs, we have the best. Decorative planting pots and yard art, the most in one place. Smoking barbecue wood to wood for your indoor and outdoor fireplaces. Kiter Nursery Landscape Outlet, come grow with us. Find us on Facebook, open 7 days a week.
Hammond Liquor, home of the coldest beer in town and the lowest prices store-wide. For all your special events, your friends at Hammond Liquor have what you need, from beer, wines, spirits, champagne, and more. Open till 8 p.m. every Sunday. Hammond Liquor, West Kellogg and Tyler Road.
Credit King Auto Sales, Kansas' largest buy here, pay here auto dealer, is celebrating 11 years right here in Wichita. Our way of saying thank you is giving you our $11 equals sign and drive. That's right, just $11. You are driving off happy, add credit, no problem. We don't judge anyone by their credit score. The King is celebrating. You're saving money. It's our 11-year anniversary with $11, and you are driving your next set of wheels. Credit King at the King's Corner, 31st Street South and Broadway. Check us out at GoCreditKing.com and on Facebook. Call us at 524-KING. A sales tax, subject to application approval.
Welcome back once again, Real People, Real Life, Wichita, Kansas, America! Okay.
Feel the burn!
I know, right? There you go, baby. All right, so the just for this show was unity in the community, and by God, we're going to get it one way or the other. Because I'm tired of not having it.
There are a lot of
and
community
I'm
issues.
Getting old. I want you to, Ty, if you would, because you told me this earlier, and I want you to know, I've probably heard this at least 4 times this year. This year. Bring it on.
Okay, so we're talking about employment. Last week, there was a lady who released on the internet. She was African-American woman. She had over 10 years of experience in insurance. She has searched for over 300 jobs, had applied for over 300 jobs, did not get no responses. The first thing that she did was she went back in her profile because she was like, I wonder this race after 300 and no responses.
Right.
So first she went back in her career builder and checked it from African American to I don't want to answer this question. Still no offers. I refuse to answer. Still no offers. So then she goes back in career builder, make up in a completely different. She used the exact same resume, and the only thing she changed her name to a girl named Bianca White, a white female, and gave a different number so that they couldn't, adjacent it to the both accounts. Don't you know, within 2 days, she has 7 phone calls for jobs and over 30 emails for people who wanted to hire her. So I'm just saying, if I'm gonna go home and do it, honestly, I will let you guys know how that turns out. And the really crazy part is this, is that not too long ago we met with one of the senators here.
You were talking about
before the Washington D.C. Washington D.C. convention, in order to go over the job markets with him, to let him know that even though they say the economy will not be back to 2020, but honestly, whose economy are you talking about here? Because if you think about it, over 200 sovereign states, and we spend more money on incarcerating people. In fact, on our elementary kids, we spend about $11,000, $12,000 on one person to incarcerate them. We spend 3 times that, $30,000. Okay, so you're telling our kids it's more important for them to go to jail
pretty much.
Then to get incarcerated, we'll spend more money on you to go to jail.
I have a huge problem with that because that is all true. They spend so much money on you once you've already failed, but there's no preparation to keep you from failing.
Well, that's become a problem because, everything that they can add to it, to whatever the charge is, okay? They can add the cost of having in that ankle bracelet. They can add in the cost of having different...
They can add in the cost of having a company monitor that ankle bracelet. They're all individualized.
The profit.
I don't have an ankle bracelet on.
I know you don't, baby.
Show your ankle. Show your ankle.
I don't have one. He don't have one. He ain't never going to have one. He ain't never going to have one.
I'm the one that has one.
Yes.
Huge profits.
Yeah,
Huge profits.
Yes.
So whether you have to pay for anger management or you have to pay for this counseling or that,
it all is in the pocket.
A phone call to somebody that's locked up. This is a money-making gigantic monster in the room.
Right.
Okay.
And so you want to try to tell me how is it that we're one of the top importers, exporters. We have more higher education levels than any other countries in the world. But you want to try to tell me out of 30 advanced countries, why we're ranked, number 27th in math, 24th in reading. I mean, honestly.
And that damn Common Core.
Right.
And that's the Common Core. So you honestly trying to tell me that simple 12-year-olds now can't do simple arithmetic?
They can't now with the new system.
They can't with what we have now.
It's called a computer. It's called a calculator.
Right.
We have to do it the old way. 3 plus 3 plus 3.
Right.
The 8 equals 9, so that's 3. But so we had to do the...
They don't do that no more. You take this whole page.
I asked my daughter, she's 6. I was just talking to my husband. I asked my daughter, I said, kids don't know nothing about what we used to know growing up. I asked my daughter, I said, watch this. What's a CD? And she said, oh, it's a little silver round thing that you can put up in the DVD player and they'll play music and videos. I said, okay, well, what's YouTube? She said, oh, you can get all the videos off of YouTube. I said, okay, baby, what's the VCR? She said, what? VCR? I said, all righty.
We have this, because, Seth and I, for the most part, are in media, and I know Rhodey is as far as teaching different aspects of television, video, audio, and all that. But just that media side of this, we have, I know we pull our hair out sometimes because it's like, if you want this audience, okay, it's not going to be on your local morning news. More than likely, it probably isn't even going to be on a mainstream, old school type radio station, okay? Because this little device right here.
I'm gonna tell you what. If you want informational channels, me and my husband was going to Emporia. We got lost for real. We was way past McPherson and Salina, a whole other side of Kansas.
Oh,
right?
how funny! Yeah.
Drive about 2 hours out and then turn to the AM channel. Then you'll get the scenic informational routes.
Oh yeah.
Besides that, you're not going to get. I think we got a radio station at Sunflower.
Right. And I love that. And look, some of the girls.
Yes, and then I hear that there's another national public radio around here, 92.3.
No, that's
no.
89 something or 90.
Yeah, there's another one.
It's gonna be low.
Anyway. Yeah, it'll be a lower on the dial. Yeah, but no, there isn't a lot. Okay, there is, but there isn't. So it depends on how you want to look at it. I want you. Okay, first of all, Ty, how can people get a hold of you because you are involved with this community in a level that is unreal.
You can find me in different ways. Easiest way is to call me. You can find me on Facebook, Ty McEwen, email, messages, phone number. You can find me at Sunflower Community Action, Women to Women Ministries, a lot of places, 316-239-7805. If you like me, I am married, so do not get me in trouble.
Ha 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 ha, yeah.
Business only.
Thank you. We've had to do that a few times.
No Snapchatting.
Yeah.
No Snapchat.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you got a problem with the community, if you need someone to talk to, if you need someone to voice you, then yes, we are the people who you call for that.
Okay, so for sure, Sunflower Action is one way of getting hold of you. But you're going to be helping out a friend of mine who has a legal issue, and I'm going to have her give you a holler, and I know you're going to point her in the right direction. Okay, so let's find out what is Juneteenth. Okay, so we're going to turn this over now to our special co-host.
What's up, everybody? My name is Deshawn Hardwell. I'm the CEO of Gold Pyramid Production and Marketing, and also I am the chairman over the Juneteenth Festival.
Right on, baby.
Incorporated.
Right on.
24 years old. Okay, you all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow Ms. Ty to break down Juneteenth, and then I'm going to go into the itinerary of what it is. So
Me and
we
Deshaun
work
sit
very
on the
closely.
committee.
Yes,
So me
okay.
and Deshaun are your two main people for
the Hope Inc.
The Hope, yes.
What it is, it's the Hope Inc. presents the Health Fair and Juneteenth Festival.
Right.
For the regional. So
Holy moly.
basically what that is what we're going to do is bring in if you have any health issues or you have questions about your health, we're going to allow you to come in and get free mammograms and HIV testing.
Serious?
Yes, we're going to go through all of that. Check your diabetes, check your blood pressure, everything.
We need this.
This is June 13th through the 19th, but go ahead, dissect it.
Juneteenth, let me tell you what Juneteenth is. Juneteenth is actually the days that African Americans realize as our Independence Day. That is what June the 19th is. June the 19th is when the actual last slavers from Texas were actually released after Lincoln, wrote them as 2 years later. I'm not going to get into that. I love history. I love you, Abraham Lincoln. For whatever reason you wrote it. I don't care what they say. Whatever reason he wrote it and we free.
That's right.
For that, you are my favorite president. 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation rolled in 1863, the last slavers was actually released from Texas. There's a lot of discrepancies on why it was so long, but I would just tell you honestly now, the reason for why they did not let slaves go in Texas was that because they did not consider themselves even part of America.
Right.
So just like America can't go over to, let's just say, England and be like, release your people out of jail, they're going to look at us like, yeah, right. The same concepts involved, until the states were ratified back up. Anyway, so African Americans celebrate June 19th as our formal Independence Day. So it's known as Juneteenth, right?
Is this event for the African Americans?
It's for the whole
It's for the regional.
Okay.
For everybody. It's all around the states.
All around the world.
Everywhere.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
This is it right here?
This is actually Hope Inc. Incorporations with CEO Jean Carter Boniface.
Yes.
And she has properties of leasing different apartments and things like that. So being that I sit on the board of her, I'm the activities director for Hope Inc. and then the chairman for the Hope Inc. and not Hope Inc. for Juneteenth. So that's why I wear this.
I love it.
Yes.
Okay. This is so cool. Where is this going to be held at here?
Different locations.
Really? Okay.
It's a week-long festival.
Okay.
Every single day from June 13th to June 19th, we have different things going on. Some of the things we got going on, we have free movie days for the kids. We have the parades going on. We have festivals going on. We have music shows, game nights going on.
Where will you go to get the itinerary?
The itinerary will actually be released by us here actually in maybe a couple of weeks.
Okay.
We know the itinerary.
I was going to say, you already know it, but yeah.
So for now, we're releasing to save the date, as June 13th through the 19th. And one of the things that will vary a lot this year is for the past years has always been a one-day event. This will be a week-long event. We have day of services going on where we're following under Bridging Gaps for the older and the younger to come together. So we got day of services, which will be providing a neighborhood cleanup or trash dump sites or repainting houses or just getting out there and getting back to the community. One of our days is a really long festival day, which I will let Deshaun tell you about because...
So very quickly, Saturday, very quickly.
And
so
then you
Saturday is the parade. The parade
in the health fair.
The parade in the health fair is Saturday.
Okay.
The health fair will be at Hope Inc. Incorporations, and that address for Hope Inc. Incorporations it's not on there.
It's on Badit.
We'll give you all the itinerary very, very, very soon. However, my name is Deshaun Hardwell. I'm CEO of Gold Pyramid Production and Marketing. You can find me on Facebook at Deshaun Cardona Hardwell. You can give me a call at 316-299-1060, or you can email me at goldpyramidproductionandmarketing316@gmail.com. Thank you.
Don't forget to save
Right.
those dates.
I love you guys.
We gotta go. Please, can we get some awareness to please find baby Vincent? Thank you so much.
There you go. All right, here we go. Real people, real life. Catch
Bye
you next
now.
time.
Real People, Real Life is brought to you by these fine sponsors.